I'm gonna share this video with y'all, and I want to tell y'all something really quickly. I actually did a review video on it, but I'm gonna share it with you, and then we're gonna have a conversation about this.
So my job fired me today. I got fired today because they seen my post and they seen that I was standing with Rodney Hinton Jr. Um,
Somebody time out Ramon. He's using bad words in the chat. Don't block him. Mods, time out Tyrone. Teach him a lesson. I mean, Ramon. I'm used to them being Tyrones, but they're Ramones. Time out Ramon, and let's get him together, guys. Let's teach him a lesson and show him that you can't do what you want to do when you want to do it when you're on other people's time. All right. We won't have people insulting people inside of the chat. That is one of the rules. Since he cannot control himself, please time him out, chat. All right. Now that we've gotten the bad kid out of the class, is there anybody else? All right. Looks like the bad kid is out of the class right now. All right, y'all. Let's get into this conversation like I was saying.
so my job fired me today. I got fired today because they seen my post and they seen that I was standing with Rodney Hinton Jr. Um, Volkswagen fired me because they said that that goes against the company's policy. So the company has a policy where they can look at your social media, and if they don't agree with your post that you make on social media, they can let you go. Um, I've been with this company for a minute now. I've been with them for over 5 years, but they decided to fire me because of my views on the Rodney Hinton Jr. situation that I made online, and it's been accumulating me so many views, and I don't feel like that this is right. I don't feel like a company should be able to look at your social media posts and fire you, but Volkswagen fired me today because of my social media posts. If anybody's ever went through that or had to go through that with a company, let me know. I don't know what to do now. I know I gotta go get another job, but if you out here and you making these contents and you standing with these people and you planning on being a part of it, just know that there's stuff that's gonna come back behind this. Not gonna cry and complain. I'm just letting you know that because I stood up and I made a decision to stand with this black brother in his time, that my job let me go. So be careful what you post.
So, on the surface, you guys may look at this and say, "Oh, you know what? He doesn't seem like a bad guy. He's very soft spoken. Maybe he just said, I stand with Rodney Hinton Jr. I don't think it's right what they did to his son. God bless his family. Good night, everybody." That's not what happened, but we'll get there shortly. If that was what he said, I'm pretty sure he would still have his job and he would be okay. However, I decided to do a little bit of a deep dive to realize who he was. And then I went through some other posts too, and I realized that he's a single father with two daughters, meaning that he risked it all. And he's not even monetized on TikTok. He's not even monetized on TikTok, but he felt the need to extend his thoughts. And oh boy, was they incendiary. Oh boy, was they evil. I wasn't even sure how he was able to even get away with that on TikTok, because TikTok is very strenuous. Like, they will get on your ass if they don't necessarily like what you're posting. They will get on you if they don't like what you're posting. But he got two daughters, and he decided to pick up his phone, get on social media, and say what he wanted to say. Of course, he created a GoFundMe, and of course, his GoFundMe has $0 in it. You know why? Because ain't nobody donating to him. Ain't nobody trying to stand with him. All of the black women that he was simping out for, they never stood with him. You know what's going to happen when you lose your job because you decide that you want to engage with people and be a certain type of way? You know what's going to happen when you lose your job? Nobody's going to come and save you. Nobody is going to come and save you. Nobody is going to help you. Nobody is going to contribute to your GoFundMe. Nobody's going to help you take care of your daughters. You are going to lose your job because you wanted to have something to say and you wanted to join in on a conversation that didn't include you. Let me help y'all to understand something. And I always use myself as an example to illustrate this point. When I was in corporate America, prior to retiring originally in 2019, before I rejoined corporate America, I was very careful on what I put out on the internet because I look at the people's social media platforms that decide that they want to join the organization. As a matter of fact, we're so vigilant when we do our hiring to where if we see that you don't include a social media presence in your interview or in your stuff or we can't find you, I automatically look at that as a red flag because I don't really know who you are. I know who you selling me on a resume. I know who you portraying yourself to be in your interview process, but I don't really know who you really are. And so we need to be able to find out. So we employ and deploy several different resources to find out who you really are. And that helps and informs us on who you are. More importantly, if you read the documents and the paperwork that they give you, it'll tell you clearly outlined that who you are when you put on that uniform. He got on the Volkswagen uniform right there. Who you are and what you portray yourself to be and the thoughts that you give could reflect poorly on the employer that gives you your paycheck when you exchange for services. You give them a service, they give you compensation. If you don't read your paperwork, if you don't understand that you are an at will employee and you can be fired when you want to do something that reflects poorly on the company, then you are an idiot. You are an idiot. Don't let this social media fool you. Ain't nobody coming to save you. Nobody is coming to save you. And when I say nobody, I mean nobody. So y'all could think that y'all doing what y'all doing and y'all playing the game the right way. You're going to be let go. You're going to be let go. But again, I decided to do a little bit of a deep dive. I wanted to know more about what he had going on. And so I said, you know what? Let's go over to his platform and let's see what he has going on. So if I click on his videos, right, I say, okay, well, what does he have going on? What is it that got him fired in the first place?
So people in my comments talking about Robert Hinton gonna have a hard time in prison.
No, that's
I
not
want to
the
know.
one. That's not the one. That's the one that he recently posted. If you look at this one, you can tell. I'm sorry. He has $0 raised inside of his
That's
GoFundMe. He has a
exactly what I'm
goal
talking about.
of 30,000, but $0 is raised as a result of it. So if you deep dive and you start to go down into his profile and hear some of the stuff that he's saying, it's pretty egregious. I mean, it's pretty bad. Actually, one of them was so bad that I think he removed it. I think he removed it. Yes, he did. He removed it. It was so bad. That was probably the one that they looked at in order to get him fired.
Hey, this is a message for white people and white people only, man. I know everybody that's seen those two white dudes that call themselves going down.
See, you race baited. Look at the picture that he putting up, y'all. Look at the picture that he putting up. When you start doing this and it reflects bad on the company, it's bad. It's very, very bad.
I want to. So my job fired me today. I want to know who the fuck made it right that just because the police can't catch, he couldn't catch Robert Hinton's son, that he had the right to pull out his service weapon and shoot. Like, what the fuck make that right? Where's that logically right? Because your puss ass ain't go to the gym long enough to be able to run and catch that boy. Yeah, he might have been doing a crime. But does that mean he gotta die because he committed a crime? Y'all bitches in the comments fucked up.
So this is the guy again, and I'm just emphasizing this. And the reason that I'm using this as an example is because I want to say one thing. I just want to say one thing. All right. I don't really care what he got going on or any of that type of stuff. But I do want to say this. And hear me very, very clearly. You a regular, everyday person. You got a daughter or two to take care of. And I'm talking to the people that's watching this that feel like they need to insert themselves into every conversation. You got kids that you got to take care of. You got child support that you need to fund. Your insurance is lapsing. Your car note is due. Your rent is due. You almost 30 days behind on your rent. Your student loans is due. You got a lot to take care of. Your number one priority right now needs to be making sure that you provide and protect for the people that's in your house. That's your number one priority. Your number one priority is not to get involved in this bullshit. Y'all better start putting y'all phones down. This is not your job. You do not make money from it. You are going to find yourself fired, and it's going to be a bad situation for you. Nobody is going to come and help you. Nobody is going to come and help you when you don't have the money for your bills. Ain't going to be no unemployment. Ain't going to be no help. Ain't going to be none of that. Talk about it. Put the phone down, Connie. They posting racist stuff all over Facebook too. I know. That's why I felt the need to make this service announcement. People think it's sweet until it's not. Have your opinion. Keep it to yourself. Don't allow for it to affect your assent or your ability to be able to pay your bills. That's all I'm saying. I don't believe in censoring. I don't believe in the removal of free speech. That's why I let people do whatever it is that they want to do inside of my chat. However, I am trying to tell you that you got to protect your own well-being before you start to talk about other people's stuff. You do not have to participate on social media. That is not a right. Just because you have free speech don't mean you got freedom from consequences. A job has the ability to be able to fire you and protect their brand for any reason.